Purists, no rare and irreplaceable Corvettes were harmed in the construction of this killer custom. Yes, that's a Corvette spec LS1 under the hood. Climb underneath and dig the ZR1 suspension and brakes at all four corners. There's an awful lot of Corvette DNA under the fiberglass skin of this one, which is what I think the builder was shooting for. Who can blame him for wanting a car as gorgeous as a '64 Roadster with the performance and handling of a much newer piece? One thing I think nobody will argue is that the early Stingrays were absolutely beautiful cars. Well proportioned and muscular, it's one of the most iconic shapes ever created. Fortunately, the builder of this Roadster left it alone and simply gave it a show-quality body and paint upgrade. No big flares or questionable repairs, but instead a concours quality job under white pearl paint with a vintage-looking stinger on the hood that extends to the rear deck. Sharp-eyed viewers will, of course, notice that there are now 3 taillights per side instead of the original 2, which has always been a popular modification. The paint is Cadillac Escalade white pearl that has been clearly rubbed and buffed. And then there's that stinger, which follows the original outline and contours, but has been given a very cool airbrush flame pattern. This is the kind of car that makes people stop and say, wow. A vast majority of the modifications were made under the fiberglass skin. The engine is a late model LS1 from a Corvette. Mostly stock, it does feature a cast aluminum intake, which replaces the homely plastic factory unit. Long tube headers dump into killer sounding side pipes. Detailing in the engine bay is very nice as well, and you've undoubtedly already noticed that there are more blue flames on the coil covers. A polished throttle body lives up front, and the dual master cylinder and booster have been chrome plated for a little extra flash. This car starts and runs like a new Corvette, with fuel-injected reliability and an economy that you could never extract from a carbureted 327. Underneath, you'll find a Trey Walden Street Shop chassis made from 2x4 rectangular steel tubing, which is not only stronger than the original, but lighter. The fully independent suspension comes from the King of the Hill ZR1, including a durable Dana 44 rear pumpkin. There are massive disc brakes at all 4 corners, and QA1 adjustable coilover shocks have replaced the fiberglass leaf springs. The transmission is a heavy-duty 4-speed automatic that's more than capable of handling the LS1's power output, and snaps through the gears with enough authority to chirp the tires. Wheels are from Budnick, and Goodyear supplied the rubber. From the driver's seat, you'd be hard-pressed to find the modifications. The seats are original pieces covered in reproduction seat covers. New carpets match the original weave, and the steering wheel appears to be an original piece that has been wrapped with leather. The original console has more blue flames, and houses a cool shifter for the transmission, as well as switches for the power windows. Controls for the overpowered stereo system are discreetly tucked at the bottom of the center stack. Speaking of the entertainment system, the builders really went all out here. It features a Rockford Fosgate stereo with subwoofers built into their own molded fiberglass housings in the trunk. There's also a Rockford Fosgate amplifier back there, along with a pair of heavy-duty Optima batteries, a CD changer, and a bass regulator, all tied together with 4-gauge wiring. This '64 Roadster is comfortable, beautiful, and runs like a 2010 Corvette. The things that made the early car so great are still intact, from the shape of the body to the cool Corvette script emblems, and it puts a unique twist on some of the most iconic features. The workmanship is first-rate throughout, and it's a highly drivable car that will provide years and years of driving enjoyment. Call us today.